Good morning, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Indian Council for Cultural Relations, I welcome you to the inaugural session of Knowledge India Visitors Program, a pioneering initiative aimed at fostering collaboration and knowledge exchange in seven vital disciplines. The conference spans diverse areas including Hindi, Sanskrit, Indology, Buddhist studies, yoga, Ayurveda and alternative medicine, and Indian classical dance and music. The conference aims at creating a platform for collaboration and facilitating constructive dialogue, emphasizing the importance of cross cultural understanding and the exchange of educational practices, and provide a forum to engage in constructive dialogue, sharing insights and strategies to enhance curriculum development in the seven designated disciplines. For the inaugural session, we are honored to have with us Sri Sarbananda Sonowal, Honorable Minister for Ayush, Government of India. The Honorable Minister for External Affairs and Culture, Srimati Meenakshi Lekhi, will be joining us shortly. And we have with us Dr. Vinay Sahasrabuddhe, President of ICCR. I request Sri Sonowal and Dr. Vinay Sahasrabuddhe to kindly light the ceremonial lamp and inaugurate the session. I request Sri Kumar Tuhin, Director General ICCR, and DG ICCR, Sri Abhay Kumar, to kindly join in the lamp lighting ceremony. I request a distinguished guest to kindly take their places on the dais. I request Shri Kumar Tuhin, DGICCR, and Shri Abhay Kumar, DDGICCR, to kindly take their places on the dais. I request Shri Abhay Kumar, DDG ICCR, to kindly extend a floral welcome to Shri Sarbananda Sonowalji. Thank you. To begin with, may I request Dr. Vinay Sahasrabuddhe, President of ICCR, to kindly make his welcome and opening remarks.
A very good morning to all the delegates. Union Minister for Ayush, Shipping and Navigation, and for the information of the delegates, who is the former Chief Minister of Assam and a very good personal friend of mine, Sri Sarbanand Sonowalji, the Director General of Indian Council for Cultural Relations, Kumar Tuhinji, Abhayji, all the delegates coming from other countries and delegates coming from India for this first ever Knowledge India Visitors Program, which in fact is a conference. Let me at the outset extend a very warm welcome to all of you. I also, at the beginning itself, express my deep sense of gratitude towards Sarbanandji, who just on a personal request coming from me, immediately agreed to grace this function. And even though there is a parliament session beginning at 11 o'clock, he decided to spend some time over here. Thank you very much, Sarbanandji. I'll be reflective upon why exactly this Knowledge India program was conceived, what is the background, and what exactly are we going to do, and what kind of outcome do we really are looking forward. Let me take you a little into the past. Many of you who are deeply into Indology, India studies, and related subjects, I'm sure must have heard about Anand Kumar Swami, one of the Indologists of the last century. And it was in 1908 in a Kolkata-based magazine called Modern Review, he had reflected upon how Indians themselves are oblivious of the rich culture and heritage that they possess. Kumar Swami in 1908 wrote, and I quote, "Speak to the ordinary graduate of an Indian university or a student from Ceylon of the ideals of the Mahabharata, he will hasten to display his knowledge of Shakespeare. Talk to him of religious philosophy, you find that he is an atheist of the crude type common in Europe a generation ago. And that not only he has no religion, but is lacking in philosophy as the average Englishman. Talk to him of Indian music. He will produce a gramophone or a harmonium and inflict upon you one or both. Talk to him of Indian dress or jewelry. He will tell you that they are uncivilized and barbaric. Talk to him of Indian art. It is news to him that such thing exists. Ask him to translate for you a letter in his own mother tongue. He does not know it. He is indeed a stranger in his own land." Unquote. So this was the situation in 1908, and today we are in 2023, and I'm afraid that the situation has not improved as it should have been. And therefore, this neglect of Indian knowledge systems, one may call it Indian traditional knowledge systems or traditional Indian knowledge systems, whichever way you may want to call it, I believe is a matter which merits deeper analysis, closer attention, and application of mind from all those who not only love, but who pursue some research as well in Indian knowledge traditions. It is this backdrop on which we are going to discuss. Friends, you know that this situation is practically in several parts of the globe, wherever there used to be some rich knowledge traditions in the last century. And unfortunately, the lack of understanding or absence of any knowledge of traditions, I'm afraid, has led to neglect of the traditions of knowledge as well. Traditional knowledge, as they say, is at the core of our identity, our culture, our languages, our heritage, our livelihood, and its transmission from one generation to the next requires to be protected, preserved, encouraged. And I'm not just saying out of my own analysis, but the United Nations Permanent Forum of Indigenous Issues in its conference in 2018 also in similar words has expressed its views and its approaches. Remember, I must hasten to add over here that what UN Permanent Forum for Indigenous Issues had reflected upon perhaps may be applicable to certain indigenous communities in several other parts of the globe. But insofar as India is concerned, it is applicable to all of us because, and let me bring it to your notice, that in 1995, when the United Nations observed the International Year of Indigenous People, the government of India, the leadership at that point of time, took a right decision to reject the idea of observing Indigenous People Year in India, saying that in India we are all indigenous and there is no distinction between indigenous and non-indigenous. And that is the right approach. And therefore, friends, Indian knowledge traditions are maybe millennia old. They are eternally universal and people driven. In fact, I remember how the universal dimension of Indian knowledge traditions is quite prevalent in several other parts of the globe as well. In 2018, under the suggestions of the leadership of Iran at that point of time, ICCR had organized an international conference in Tehran with the help of the University of Tehran on the contribution of Maharshi Panini as a grammarian. And when I went there, the Tehran University Vice Chancellor told me that we teach Upanishad in Tehran University. And I'm sure in many universities in India also, Upanishad is being taught. So, whether it is the grammar and the grammatical traditions set by Maharshi Panini, or whether it is Ayurveda, or whether it is yoga, or whether it is Buddhist studies, all these traditions are universal and people driven. Which is why we decided to have academics from several other countries coming together for this first of its kind Knowledge India Visitors Program. India, as we all know, has always been a knowledge society and derived from the verbal root vid, meaning to know. The Vedas at Shruti are considered the fountainhead of what came to be known as Indic knowledge traditions. And as I said, they are universal and they are eternal as well. But of course, although these traditions are protected and carried forward by the people, there are challenges. They are like Veda, apaurushya, and hence, perhaps that might be the reason that India had not claimed any intellectual property right on Veda. It is very difficult to do that as well. But then, if you look at it from a different angle, although this knowledge tradition has generated in India, it is universal, it is for the entire humanity, and therefore, as a consequence, to preserve these traditions is also the responsibility of all our friends all over the globe, because it is the treasure, not just of India, but of the entire global community. Which is why, for the information of Honorable Minister, if I may reflect upon as to how many people have come and what kind of subjects we are going to be discussing in a very short span of time. Minister Sir, we have, as we know, some 39 countries being represented over here. And there are disciplines like Buddhist studies, Indology, Sanskrit, Hindi, and other Indian languages, Buddhist studies, Yoga, Ayurveda, Indian classical dance, and music. So in all, 76 delegates from abroad and about 30 delegates from India are participating, and 39 countries are represented over here. During the span of 2 days, After this inaugural function, we will be having one more session wherein Professor Ganti Suryanarayana Murthy, who is the in charge of the Indian Knowledge Systems Division in the Ministry of Education, will be giving a presentation before all of us. We will be discussing that. Vice Chancellor of the Jawaharlal Nehru University, Dr. Santi Shri Pandit, will be coming and will be possibly chairing that session. Later on in the afternoon, we will have group-wise discussion sessions, as your schedule also tells you. And there will be groups pertaining to subjects. And the deliberation should be reflecting upon as to what kind of challenges we are facing. Challenges are multiple: getting adequate number of students, finding good career opportunities, so on and so forth. We will discuss them out and try to find out solutions. It is nobody's claim that all the solutions are ready and one just have to kind of grab them. Solutions, again, we all will have to find out, but I'm sure the deliberations will help us in finding them out. Tomorrow, we will have, apart from these sessions, tomorrow we will have a session devoted to Ayurveda and Yoga. Professor Tanuja Nesri, who is in charge of the Ayurveda Institute in Delhi, will be making a presentation. And Dr. B.R. Ramakrishna of the S. Vyasa University of Yoga is going to chair that session. We will also have an important session coming from a French Indologist, Michel Danino, on the relevance of traditional Indian knowledge system, again tomorrow. And in the afternoon session tomorrow, we will be interacting with representatives of the Ministry of Tourism, Federation of Indian Chambers of Commerce and Industry, Center for Indian Industry, CII, and Ayurveda Drug Manufacturers Association, including the representatives of Prasar Bharati, to find out as to what kind of career opportunities we really can offer to the students who come out of the departments which you people are heading and providing leadership. So this is going to be the whole subject matter which awaits our 100% participation, because your participation is valuable for making this conference a success. Once again, I thank you for taking out time and responding to our invitation. And I also thank our Minister Sarbanand Sonowalji for making it over here. Within a short while from now, our Minister of State will also be joining. But before she comes, our program is moving ahead, and therefore I may request Sarbanand Sonowalji to come and address us. Thank you very much.
I request Shri Sarbananda Sonowal, Honorable Minister for Ports, Shipping and Waterways and Ayush, to kindly speak on the occasion. He has a very busy schedule and has to leave for the Parliament, but we are very grateful to you, sir, that you could take time out for us.
Namaskar. Respected Dr. Vinay Sahasrabuddhe ji, respected Kumar Tuhin ji, respected Abhay Kumar ji, respected dignitaries from the different part of the world and also from India. Today, I am really delighted to see you all here. And for this, I must extend my heartfelt gratitude to Vinay ji for extending his kind invitation to me, because this is a learned gathering of academicians. And I believe whatever session has been set up to have thought-provoking discussion, conversation, and I believe this will definitely help a lot for the future generation to understand the importance of our traditional languages. And out of these languages, now we are developing our global relationship. We are expressing our hopes and expectations, and also we develop our intellect. I'd like to congratulate ICCR to take this initiative to bring together heads of department and academic scholars from 39 countries engaged in teaching of Hindi, Sanskrit, Buddhist studies, Indology, Ayurveda, yoga, and Indian classical dance and music. I also like to thank and congratulate all the scholars for their role as brand ambassadors of India and their role in spreading the learning of Indic studies. I like to assure them of government full support in their pursuit of spreading the joy of learning and embracing Indic studies. I also like to inform them of the step taken by the government in consolidating the studies of Indic studies and bring out the scientific benefit of studies unraveled so far. And this is also a very, very important for all of us that the foreign delegates from various universities across the globe to have collaborative partnership with various principal institutions, including Ayush for outcome-based research, which could benefit the global world. And here, I would like to just let you know about the achievement of Ministry of Ayush in the global aspect so far under the dynamic leadership of our Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji. Because of his untiring efforts and vision and strong support, now the Ministry of Ayush not only confining within the geographical boundary of India, but also we are always working for the holistic healthcare of the global society. In this regard, whatever initiative have been taken so far and whatever success story being created so far in the last 9 years of our Honorable Prime Minister's dynamic regime. In the global aspect, international MOUs with 24 countries and 46 institute-level MOUs and 15 Ayush academic share in foreign institute and universities and 38 Ayush information cell in 34 foreign nations. So this is the journey in the global level. Ayush fellowship scheme, so far 277 students from 32 countries being given this opportunity to study of our traditional system of medicine. The Champion Service Sector Scheme has been started by the Ministry of Ayush for medical value travels. It has 3 components, namely establishment of Ayush super specialty hospital, daycare centers, skill development in Ayush, and establishment of Ayush Grid. We are also taking the initiative to develop Ayush Export Promotion Council. Has been established to promote Ayush product and services globally. A special visa category for Ayush has been notified by Ministry of Home Affairs. International Day of Yoga celebration across the world. International Day of Yoga since 2015 set 2 Guinness Book records. In International Day of Yoga 2022 introduced the innovative concept of the Guardian Ring of Yoga with a massive participation of around 22.13 crores individuals, and International Day of Yoga which was the latest one, 2023, expanded its reach to 135 countries. The International Day of Yoga 2023 witnessed the concept of Ocean Ring of Yoga, yoga for Arctic to Antarctica, yoga at North and South Pole, yoga Bharatmala, yoga Sagarmala. And our collaboration with WHO, Ministry of Ayush and the World Health Organization has established world first and the only global center for traditional medicine in Jamnagar, Gujarat, India. We have signed 3 project collaboration agreements with WHO since 2016. There's a publication how this published benchmark for training and treatment in Ayurveda, Yoga, and Unani system of medicine. WHO's Collaborative Center for Traditional Medicine, ITRA, Jamnagar, and MD, NIY, New Delhi. These are the 2 important institutes we have in India. Inclusion of Ayush in second module of traditional medicine chapter of ICD 11. Deputation of a Ayush expert on second-month basis at P5 level at WHO headquarters, Geneva. Technical officers at P4 at WHO's Southeast Asian Regional Office. Informal group of countries called as Friends of Traditional Medicine created in Geneva to establish India as a leader in traditional medicine. So this is the way we have created a very, very important chapter for the welfare of the mankind. And our Honorable Prime Minister is always giving special emphasis for the promotion of integrative system of medicine. It means ancient system of medicine and modern system. They must integrate to each other so that these 2 systems can be made available at all levels of the hospitals. So that like whatever healthcare system we are developing in the country, now it is benefiting the people at a great extent, and also it is helping out the global society. And I believe this is how the Ayush, Yoga, Naturopathy, Unani, Soharikpa, Homeopathy, all system of Ayush is now growing faster because of the Honorable Prime Minister's special emphasis, special interest. In the earlier occasion, it was simply a department. But now, in the last 9.5 years, you have seen it has been made as independent, very, very important ministry, and with better budgetary support and encouraging education, research, training, and placement. So this is the way the entire Ayush system has been like promoted and making the people's involvement possible. And because of the exceptional service Ayush has rendered during the COVID-19 pandemic, that time the credibility and acceptability and people's trust and confidence have grown to a great extent, not only in India, but across the world. So that is why I believe now you are also adopting this particular chapter to promote across the mankind in the global stage. I am really thankful to you. Please promote traditional system of medicine. But now the earlier perception was totally different. People had a different feeling. They thought that this is based on superstition. It doesn't have any scientific evidence. No. Now everything has been put into the laboratory for detailed experimentation, and after going through scientific investigation, all the findings have been put into the place and that developed the scientific evidence. And out of this evidence, all the products has been created for the global human consumption and for better health, for the prevention of disease and promotion of health. And I believe this is how India is not only helping the people of the country, but also helping the people of the world. As you all know, yoga is a science of body, science of mind, science of soul. And these 3, if it is perfectly integrated in a human body, definitely that person can be free from all kind of physical problem. and he can attain best, kind of peace of mind, and also enjoy a good body physically, so that whatever he desires, whatever he aims to achieve in his or her life, that can be achieved, because he's strong, he's energetic, he's well focused to his own objective. And I believe this is how the power of yoga is now enlarging, not only embracing the people of the country, but across the world. Up to the 9th edition of yoga, you have seen how every year, every edition now having more numbers of people's participation. In the latest 9th edition of International Day of Yoga, which was the common yoga protocol, has been demonstrated in the premises of UNO headquarters, New York, and it was led by our Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, with the participation of 135 nation delegates. That's created a world record. And he has directed us to create an ocean ring. All the oceans should be well integrated to the power of yoga. And also, South Pole to North Pole, Arctic to Antarctica. That's the way to help out the global society. As the theme in the G20 was very beautifully developed, one earth, one family, one future. Vasudeva Kutumbakam. So that's the power now the traditional system medicine is generating and helping out the global society to live a life of comfortability, and also attaining the best possible peace of mind and enjoying a successful life. So I believe with this noble objective, whatever our ministry is doing under the dynamic leadership of our Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, I am confident in the near future, whole global society will well integrated, as yoga is integrating body, mind, and soul. So entire global society will well be integrated through the power of integrated system medicine, and everyone will definitely put their best possible effort for the holistic healthcare of human health, and also the health of the environment, health of our ecology and environment, and also all the living organism, whether it is plant life, animal life, human life. I believe that's the way we'll have to restore our beautiful environment for the comfortable livings of living organism. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. Our Honorable Minister of State for External Affairs and Culture, Srimati Meenakshi Lekhi, had to rush to the Parliament. So unfortunately, she will not be able to make it for this session. Hopefully, she will make it for another session, and we'll keep you informed about it. We now conclude the inaugural session. We thank the Honorable Minister, Shri Sonowalji, for taking time out to be with us. Thank you, sir. We will now take a break for registration and tea, and we'll meet you for the plenary session at 12. Thank you.